It is 7:38, 39 degrees out there. We've got 2 weeks or a little bit less than that until New Year's Eve. And if you don't have a special someone in your life to kiss at midnight, don't worry. It is never too late. We have got an expert here with some last-minute tips on how to still have a great single New Year's Eve and some parties to check out around town where you might possibly find the one. Her name is Stefanie Safran. She's a professional matchmaker, Steph in the city. How are you?
Great.
Thank you so much for joining us. Now, I understand you got your start working on the dating game.
I did. I was getting contestants to come on the show. So I literally was a pickup artist to get people for television.
So you know exactly how to get people to get connected with each other because you had to do it for the show. Now, what's the #1 thing you think that people do wrong when they're trying to meet somebody, especially this time of year? Because I think it's a little dicey, you know, trying to date when you're not in a committed relationship during the holidays.
People get what they do is they want to meet someone really badly, but then they complain about some of the places they're going to, so they keep going back to them. And so they really need to, really kind of change up. If it's not working for you, you really have to expand and you have to plan. And your social life is just like anything else in your life. It's not just going to happen if you don't put some effort into it.
Right. What is that saying? If you fail to plan, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So let's talk about some of the things, and actually you kind of hinted at that just now. Some of your tips. Your first one is change your routine.
You have to change your routine. A lot of people, as their friends get married or as people kind of change their job situations and people are less available, people really need to change up their routine and find different things that work for them. You might have to change your gym because maybe all of a sudden it's only college students and you're not in college anymore.
You've aged out of that demographic, so to speak.
If you're seeing that everybody's way younger than you,
right,
or the bars that you like to hang out, or the activities, sometimes leadership changes and the people that you're used to hanging out maybe don't go. So you really have to kind of keep up with the trends.
Yeah, maybe finding a new hobby or something like that that goes along those same lines.
Absolutely, like finding things on your weekends. You can't just sit around and wait for things to happen. Join a sports league. Get a hobby. Finding a partner is not a hobby. Some people think it is, but it's not.
So, okay, I like that. All right. So what about for ladies? You suggest going to sports bars?
Absolutely. Ladies are always complaining that where are the guys? On Sundays, they're at the sports bars. Watching football all day long. And there's some great trendy places now that are much more comfortable for ladies to go to, and you don't feel like it's just an old boys club.
Okay, that's not a bad one. What about, I found this one interesting when our producer was talking about this, not using your smartphone while you're commuting, even if you have to work.
Well, what a lot of people do is they put on their iPod, they're just texting constantly, talking to I have no idea who at all hours, and there's great people right in front of you. And when you acknowledge people, when you just give that smile, it's an opportunity right there that someone might start talking to you, and you might actually, have a live conversation with somebody right in front of you, and you might end up scoring that date.
Right, as opposed to doing electronic. You know what's so funny though? The thing you notice the most, like in the reader, the misconnections. The misconnections are often when people have seen somebody on the train or on the bus and they never actually talked because they were on the phone or something like that. I would have never thought of that though.
Well, and the other thing that happens is, have your business cards ready, or really quickly, because if you meet someone and you want to talk and you were just too busy talking on the phone, and then you're trying to move over to that, giving them your number, you got to be ready and on the go.
Okay, all right, Steph. And finally, going to holiday parties.
Absolutely. A lot of people just get this idea that I'll just go to my holiday party, and they have so many friends that might have holiday parties that don't have dates, and they're allowed to take somebody with, and it's again a whole new opportunity to meet more people and to add to your social circle and let people know you're available, and then they don't have to go to those parties alone as well.
Right, so you kind of double team and you can kind of split and divide and conquer, I guess is the right name. All right, so you have a lot of parties that people can actually go to during the holidays where they won't be feel uncomfortable to be single and mingle. Let's start off with the LinkedIn Chicago. I thought LinkedIn was for business connections.
It is, but there's a lot of things on LinkedIn in general that are for singles. This is actually one of the groups, and this group has over 40,000 members in Chicago. It's LinkedIn Chicago, so it's not just the LinkedIn you're thinking about that you go on. It's the Chicago sector, and they keep increasing and growing like crazy.
That is shocking to me, 40,000 people. Okay, so
40,000 people.
That's the potential pool we're going for. When is this party?
This party is Thursday night. It's December 22nd from 6 to 9. It's $30 admission now, and if you actually are going with a group of 5 or more from your work, they will discount you.
Oh, and you might even get a job offer out of it as opposed to something else. You never know. Okay, now what about this rock mitzvah?
Well, a lot of Jewish people like going out on Christmas Eve, and this is their 8th annual rock mitzvah at Rocket.
Can people who aren't Jewish go?
They can definitely go, but keep in mind you will see a lot of Jewish people, and sometimes they even have, like, you know, there's some after parties things. This will keep going. You start at 7 p.m. It's $30. You get drinks and appetizers, and there's there's just going to be a lot of fun. It'll be going all night long.
I'll bring my dreidel and my menorah, and I'll fit right in, right? No.
Absolutely.
All right, let's look at the next one. Mingle Around. What's this one?
Well, Mingle Around is a group that does things for 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, and what they do is they've got almost 10,000 members as well, and they have events about 15 a month.
And it's for each different age group?
It's for each different age group. You can check out their website to know which one's for you, but they have what's called, their big thing is their nuts and bolts party. So you can, the ladies hold on to the nuts and the men hold on the bolts, and that's how you meet up. And
I love it.
And so that's one of their options, but they also are starting to go outside the city and do events as well. But there's a lot of local things, and most of those events are under $25. Oh,
that's nice, because it's a budget, because this time of year you want to spend more money on other people than on yourself. And then finally, not on New Year's Eve, but the eve of the eve?
It's the 18th annual Eve of the Eve. This is a tradition. It's at Union Station. It's benefiting the High Site organization. It's $125 a ticket, but it is a black tie affair. There are expected to be about 2,000 singles there.
Oh, nice.
So if you don't have a date, it's a great last-minute option to get that date right before New Year's.
Okay, real quick, what is your #1 advice to all people who are considering going to those 4 parties you just mentioned? #1 piece of advice to them.
If you're considering going, you got to remember to keep your expectations reasonable and not think that you're going to meet the man or woman of your dreams, but you might meet these people who can connect you to the people that will bring you to that man and woman of your dreams as well.
Awesome. Stef in the City. You can check out her site, stefinthecity.com. You can also learn more about her and her matchmaking services there. We'll also put a link on our website. Thank you so much, Stef. It's really nice to meet you. And good luck to everybody who's looking for love. All right, National Weather Service.